again, everyone, for attending our webinar today on the 5 secrets to smash your competition. If anyone has any kind of issues hearing me, if you're not able to properly see the screen, you can feel free to exit the webinar and re-enter in. It could be an issue with the plugin, or feel free to leave a question in the question and answer module. I will try to leave about 15 minutes or so at the end of the webinar to answer any kind of questions. If you do have a question that possibly pertains to a certain slide that I'm on currently that I could probably answer easily, then I'll make sure to try to answer. Other than that, I will try to leave all questions towards the end. And again, if there is anything that needs to go further in depth, we can always have an internet consultant give you a call, and they can kind of explain some of the answers to your questions there. Okay. So again, get this up there. All right, so thanks again for attending our webinar. My name is Mike Garcia. I am the Associate Integrated Marketing Manager here at iMatrix. And today we're going to be going over 5 ways you can use video to make an impact with your practice. These 5 steps are going to be fairly easy, but they are imperative. A little bit more of an impact with prospective clients, prospective patients, because it makes it seem a little bit more concrete, makes it seem like it's actually real and that it wasn't made up. As well as Instagram and Vine, which are also other platforms to post video on, which are actually up and coming, but they are actually growing, very popular with a lot of the other social media sites, Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. Okay, so again, running a small practice-based business has its own challenges in itself, one of which is very competitive in its own market. So today we are going to go ahead and explore these 5 secrets, these 5 tips, and explain how video will give you a strong competitive advantage and help you to basically win more clients and patients. So first we're going to go ahead and discuss YouTube channel optimization. We're going to go ahead and talk about how you can brand your channel correctly. You're going to do it the proper way. They have made a few changes lately where they are trying to actually go a little bit more towards the mobile format, a little more mobile friendly, so that way you can have not only the desktop as well as mobile, but then of course a lot more people are using a lot larger displays, TV, Google TV coming out or whatnot. So there's a lot of different mediums that you want to try to make sure that you are compliant with across the board, and that you don't have a profile, or even if you have a site or whatnot, that someone's not going to be able to see properly on a certain device, whether it's a phone, a tablet, or even just their laptop or desktop. So make sure that when you select your channel icon, first off, you want to go ahead and represent something that's going to be for your business. Company logo, anything like that. As you can see in the bottom right corner, we do have our new iMatrix logo. That would be something that we would put on our own channel, possibly just your logo itself. If you have a long name along with your logo, or maybe just your logo itself, the image of the logo represents your business, you can do something like that. Kind of like Facebook just has, maybe like the FB logo for Facebook, or just the F for Facebook. You got that kind of logo, but it's pretty known. A lot of people know what that means. Same thing with Google Plus, or same thing with Twitter. If you feel like you can't squeeze in your whole logo if your name is long in the business name. Okay, so something that represents your business is always often used best here. That way people know exactly what channel they're on. The channel art is actually another thing that you want to keep in mind for the different sizes. The channel art is a larger banner that spreads across the top of your YouTube channel. This usually kind of gives people an idea. It's almost like when you go to a Google Plus profile or a Facebook profile, it's the first thing that you see, or even maybe your website, it's the first thing that you see. It kind of represents signage, I guess you can say, kind of like when someone's outside your business. It shows the sign of your business. They can know where they're at. You do need to provide a very wide image for this, because the art is shown to be responsive to the device that is accessing the YouTube channel. Then again, desktop, mobile, tablet, they're all different sizes. You want to make sure that you have something that's the proper size, and they do have those sizes available on YouTube if you want to access that there. If you have a phone, it will be a little bit more narrower. If you have a desktop computer, it's going to be the whole entire length. We do have it on our channel as far as being able to kind of resize or what they call responsiveness with the YouTube art. So make sure that you keep that in mind so that when someone uses it on a mobile phone, it's not too small and they can't see your business. The about section is going to be just as important. It's going to be basically what is your business, what describes your business, what do you guys offer. You want to add a description of your business and what people will find on your channel. Things like services, special techniques, or other things should be included here. The first part of your channel description will show up across the site to be sure that you put this, it's very important at the beginning of the description, because what happens is if people are reading through it, maybe they might not be interested. They want to make sure that you have the most important portions of that description in the beginning of it so that it appears in the search results as well. You want to make sure that this, every bit of your information in there counts. If you have specific services that make you stand out from the competition, make sure that you put that in the beginning as opposed to putting it towards the end, because people might start reading it and then they just become disinterested maybe, and then they don't get to the meat and potatoes of the description itself. So make sure you put that in there, and then anything towards the end, if you want to put the type of payments that you take, or there's plenty of parking or whatever that may be, all that stuff probably should go towards the back end of the description itself. Another important key aspect is make sure you link to your website. Of course, you want to make sure people go to the correct website from your YouTube channel itself. Having a YouTube channel by itself is good, but of course you want to make sure that you link it to the proper website. If you have multiple websites, you can do that as well. A lot of times, if you actually take a look at our YouTube channel for iMatrix, you'll see it has iMatrix.com, but then in the actual description itself, it shows the other sites that we also have as well. You can put multiple sites in there. I would say your main website you probably want to put in the very top. That way it shows and people know where to go from there. This is a great place to put not only your website link, you can also put social media icons there as well. And as you can see here, you have your logo with your social media icons next to it. The big three, I always recommend Facebook, Google+, Twitter, definitely a big part of it. Pinterest is also a big part of it. If you have a Pinterest profile, if you like to pin a lot of images for your practice. I know vets like to do a lot of different images with pets and whatnot. Sometimes chiropractors will do different things, health-related or nutrition-related, if they have recipes or whatnot. Optometrists maybe, might post some different fashionable lenses that people might, want. There's different things that you can post on there, so Pinterest is also a great idea. But if you have any other kind of social network that you're associated with, you can definitely post it there. But I do definitely recommend having the main three. If you don't have the main three, at least having, Facebook and Google+ icon there. Okay, this is a separate section altogether, but be sure that you do take advantage of it. So if you have any kind of questions on that, we can definitely help you out with that. If you don't have a profile, we can also help you set those up for you. And then again, from here, you want to share from your YouTube. They do give you the option to share your either video or your page itself with different profiles. So there is a share button on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. If you notice on any kind of video, if you've ever embedded a YouTube video on a website profile or a website page, you'll notice that it gives you a lot of different options. You can share just you can do the whole embed code, which would give you the option to paste that into the page, the back-end page, to have the video shown on your website. You can actually share it to a specific profile like Facebook where it shows in a post. I'm sure everyone's seen a Facebook video before. Same thing works with Twitter and Google+. And then also Pinterest has recently, not too long ago, allowed videos. So a lot of different social media profiles even realize the power of video, and they're actually utilizing it because they understand that if you share those videos, video is a very strong medium. It's a lot stronger than an image is, and of course everyone says an image, picture's worth 1,000 words. So a video is even more than that, and that's the type of age that we're kind of getting into now, a lot more visual aspects of things. Of course, YouTube being the second largest search engine out there, which a lot of people don't realize, people don't understand it, and an easy way to kind of explain it is if someone's looking to tie a tie, if someone's looking to change their tire, they could easily look up online and read about it, or go to YouTube and just watch it. It's easier to watch things than it is to just read things. If you think about cooking channels or even cooking recipes, a lot of people still use the old school cooking books, and they're still very useful. But then now they got all these cooking channels, and they can see what the cook is doing or the chef is doing. There's a lot of things that people learn a little better and a little easier visually. So it works the same way with your practice and your video. If you're a chiropractor and you're showing stretches or whatnot, a veterinarian, maybe you're showing how to give your pet, medicine or properly clean their ears or anything like that. It's a little easier to kind of digest it through video. So sharing it from your YouTube channel to social media definitely helps to spread the word a little bit more to those friends and family that are on those social profiles like Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. There's no problem at all with asking for shares or views. A lot of times if you go on YouTube and you notice a lot of the people that are on YouTube that maybe have thousands, if not millions of views on their channel, and they're what they consider professional YouTubers, they ask about it all the time. They ask in their videos all the time about, please watch my video, please share, thank you for liking this video, or click the button below. I actually watch YouTube a lot, and it's almost like television, and it's like another version of television. It's just there's so many videos, and there's informational videos, there's funny videos, health-related videos. There's a lot of different things on there, and every single video they always ask, please like our video, share this video with anyone, leave a comment if you can. Anything like that. Asking for it, there's no problem at all. And the worst thing you're going to get is either no response, period, or just a simple no. You're not going to get anyone being angry for you just to ask to like the video. So always ask about it. There is no problem with that. Ask it on social media. You can ask on if you post it or share it to Facebook or Google+. Feel free to ask for people to like it, share it amongst friends and family, and help spread the word. The benefits of video testimonials. Now, this is actually pretty big because this is something that's fairly new to some people. Some people are still kind of doing it the way where, they have someone just write a testimonial, maybe even just write a letter and send it into the office. That's good. That makes you feel good. That makes you know that that lets you know that you're doing a good job. That lets you know that maybe this certain service, if it's massage therapy, if it's spaying or neutering your cat, maybe your son or daughter just got, braces or whatnot, and whatever it may be, that lets you know that you're doing a good job and that you guys are on the right path. Although making you feel good and making your practice know, letting your practice know that you guys are doing a great job and to continue doing that great job is a great thing, you want to make sure to convey that message to prospective clients and patients. You want to make sure to let other people know, hey, we have shown success with the things that we do, and the best way to do that is usually with online reviews, which is one thing, but then also video testimonials. Again, since everyone's kind of moving into this digital age of video, that's the perfect place to kind of start with a lot of your testimonials. So there's a couple things that you can kind of learn from video testimonials. They do tend to be a little more concrete. By that I mean I could easily write a testimonial myself if I wanted to, and I know that's not the best thing to think, but that's just how people think when they're looking for businesses. They don't know if this could be people at the actual office, writing their own reviews. I've actually seen online reviews where there might be 9 out of 10 reviews that are just horrible, and then there's one review that just makes it's a long paragraph, makes it just seem like it was the best thing on the planet. And that could be legitimate, but it almost just kind of seems a little out of place. And although it might be legitimate, a lot of times a lot of clients, a lot of prospective patients that are looking for business, they probably will think the same thing. And that's just the way it works. That's just the way it goes. So video testimonial tends to be a little more truthful. It tends to make it seem like, okay, this is an actual client experience. And what happens is you don't want to give them a script. You don't want to give them any kind of paragraph to read off of or any teleprompter or anything like that. Just ask them how their experience was. Possibly ask them, what did they come in for? What did they ask, of us to provide them? How did it turn out? What was the success of it? How are you doing now, kind of thing. The best thing you want to probably do is not make them feel uncomfortable. You want to make sure to let them just kind of feel natural and let them know, hey, it's only going to be for a couple minutes. We can edit things down if we need to. Just feel natural and just kind of explain things to us like you're talking to me, you and I. Another thing is make sure to only use their first name. Even if they consent to letting you use their full name and address, whatever it may be, which I definitely don't recommend, definitely just use their first name. That's going to be the best. It's going to also make them feel a little bit more comfortable, and it's just best practice. You want to make sure that you're compliant with all the different digital laws out there and whatnot as well, you want to make sure that if they need to, they can sign a waiver form showing that they did consent for this as well. And you want to make sure that it's just natural so that when someone is viewing it on possibly YouTube or viewing it on your website or whatnot, that it does look like it's a legitimate patient or client and that they actually had some good success with you. Okay? So here's a couple tips for getting testimonials, because that's actually one of the things that people have the biggest difficulty with. How do I ask for a testimonial without making it seem like I really want, like I'm needy, like I really, need this testimonial for my business, or it's not going to succeed? Again, it's as simple, and I know it sounds harder than it actually is, but it's just as simple as just asking. You're already past the halfway mark. I would almost say you're already past 3/4 of the mark by helping a client or patient and satisfying them in a sense. If they, just for example, if someone came in to a chiropractor, they had horrible back pain, horrible neck pain, they had car accident injury, for instance. They came into your office, and I've actually been in a couple car accidents, so I know this firsthand. I've had to do therapy, and I've had to go in for multiple sessions and whatnot because I needed it. I had really terrible whiplash. I mean, I really kind of felt like I got messed up, in my back and my neck. And afterwards, I felt brand new. I felt like nothing even happened. I actually felt better than before my accident had happened. So I almost kind of saw it as a blessing in disguise, I guess you could say. As terrible as I wouldn't want to be in an accident, I felt a lot better afterwards than before I walked in. And that right there is a satisfied client. That is a great time to ask them, hey, instead of saying, hey, can I get a testimonial from you, just be like, hey, would you mind if you gave us a couple minutes to kind of explain your experience, just to kind of give us an idea of your experience with us, and so that way we can maybe better our services, or we can help to better, serve our clients, just like you, And just the way you word it is a little bit different. Just letting them know that not only are you really honestly trying to be very genuine with them as a client, but you're also trying to be a genuine business to better serve clients the way that you can serve them in the way, and give other clients satisfaction with end results the way that you gave them. So a lot of times, I'd probably say like at least 85 to 90%, if not more of the time, they're more than happy to do it. If you want, maybe you can be like, hey, if you like, give us your a couple words on, how your experience went. Feel free to come on back. Maybe we'll give you a 15-minute massage or something like that. Whatever it may be. Now, you don't want to go and pitch things out like that. That's definitely not the way to do it. But make sure that you let them know that you do care for them, and that they're not just a number, and they're going to be more than happy to help you out. They're going to be more than happy to let you know how their experience went. And a lot of the video testimonials that I've gone through and I've seen, it's genuine. You can see it in the client that they actually were satisfied, that they actually did have a great experience, and that they're more than likely to share it with their friends and family, as well as come back again. So one of the biggest things that you want to make sure to do is, if they do consent to that, you need to have a release form. Make sure that they have that. Make sure that they sign it, so that way everything's covered on both ends, on your end and on their end, and everything should be good. Again, make sure you keep it under a minute. This way they don't feel too compelled to make a long speech. Just remind them, you don't have to necessarily have a timer, but just make sure that you let them know that it's not going to be a long stretch thing. Because not only that, you also want to make sure that the viewer that's watching it doesn't get kind of drawn off from it because it's too long. Again, video, one of the golden rules of video is don't make video too long unless it's a movie. There's some videos on YouTube that are 10 minutes or so, but those are a little bit different. They might be like a review of a product or something like that. That's fine, because people really want to know what that review of the product is. If it's a testimonial or some short video, usually 1 minute to 2 minutes is good, because people just lose interest. That's just the way it is. Okay, and then get a variety of different testimonials. Make sure that if you, again, are a chiropractor or a vet or a dentist, that you don't get the same service type of testimonial. You don't want to just have nothing but car accident injury testimonials, or you don't want to just have people that had crowns or veneers or some kind of dental implant testimonials. Maybe that's all you do, and that's great. That works for you. But if you're a practice that has a lot of different services, try to be have a little bit more variety in the different services. That way people can actually see, if let's say they haven't been in a car accident injury, but they do have a lot of back pain or whatnot, maybe they might be able to relate a little bit more to a different type of video than the car accident injury. Okay. And again, I'll try to get to some of these questions. I know we have a few questions on here. I'll try to get to some of them towards the end. I think I might be able to answer a few of those for you guys. So again, keep it under a minute. Stay away from scripts. Don't hand them anything. Just make it seem natural. If they don't know what to say, just let them know ahead of time. They can even write down something small as far as bullet points that they want to talk to or that they want to talk about in the video. And just remember, keep it simple, and it should be good. So one of the mediums that we actually have seen to really kind of grow, and by grow, I guess I could say that Facebook had acquired them, I think it was last year, acquired Instagram. Instagram actually began on mobile phones. Instagram is another social media platform that allows you to begin, well, first off, it began with just images, and basically you would just post an image, and then you would post a little text below it, and that's pretty much all it was. You had a bunch of friends on there, and all it was just pure images. A lot of times, of course, people going away from text, they saw an image and they can relate to it. If I was to make a post, let's just say on Facebook, saying, had a horrible day today, and that's it. A lot of people might kind of question, okay, well, I wonder what happened. Why did you have a horrible day? Maybe you might see a bunch of comments of people asking why, how'd that happen. If I posted a picture of, me getting a flat tire, then below saying I had a horrible day, that's a whole story right there. People can actually see, and it's answered already there in the picture. So that's kind of the importance of why Instagram came along. Now, Instagram actually, Instagram has been acquired by Facebook last year, but Instagram actually now has video. So that's actually really good because video allows people to see those pictures come to life, and it increases the story tenfold. It allows you to really kind of explain what's going on. An image itself kind of makes you look at it and understand, but you still kind of question, well, what's going on in this image, and what happened next, or what happened before this image kind of thing. Maybe you can see someone jumping in a pool. I know this doesn't relate to really industry stuff, but maybe you can see someone jumping in the pool, or for industry-related things, I guess if someone looks like they're doing a stretch, maybe for their back or for their legs or whatnot, and you just see an image, you kind of don't really have an idea of what they're doing in that image. Well, with the video, you can actually see them doing the motion of what they need to do or what you need to do it properly. So it is a really good idea to possibly get into Instagram. They do have it on the on actual desktop versions now, so you can actually see Instagram on the web, not just your mobile phone. But it's a really good idea. A lot of people are on Instagram, and it's a great idea to put different things on there. Maybe if you want to do, again, recipes, stretches, how to properly do stretches, how to properly give your pets medication, or properly therapy for your pets. If it's like geriatric pet therapy, maybe help them stretch and keep things going. I know a lot of times with people that are new mothers and fathers or whatnot, and they want to kind of get their baby, to be a little more flexible and stretch and stuff like that, and some people don't know how to do that. A lot of times I'll see clients and chiropractors, they kind of show how to do them properly. That way you don't injure your baby. There's a lot of different videos I've actually seen that I didn't even think of, that a lot of these chiropractors and veterinarians have been posting, that actually make a lot of sense. So keep in mind that, it's a really good idea to do these short snippets because they're easily digestible, easily consumable, and people really do appreciate it. So again, these best practices are almost kind of the same thing as the video testimonial. Make sure that you, never show any kind of private information at all. Get behind the scenes footage kind of thing. If people don't want to see something that they can probably see anywhere, something that they can see behind the scenes. I know, just for instance, YouTube, there might be some videos that are movies that are coming out. Well, people will see these video clips all the time on TV, but the ones that get the most views are the ones that are behind the scenes, where they can see what's actually going on, the making of the magic. Same thing to do with your practice. Maybe they might want to kind of see what it looks like behind the scenes when someone's getting an adjustment, what it looks like. Maybe a lot of people are kind of afraid to get a neck adjustment or get something cracked or popped or whatnot. They don't like the way that their body moves that way, and they're just apprehensive. Maybe they aren't sure if you're the right vet to take their pet to, and a lot of people treat their pets like family, so that they're a little apprehensive. A lot of times people, the biggest hurdle is just they're apprehensive. They don't want to get over that first hurdle. So video definitely tends to help them out a little bit to kind of get past that. Again, keep it light and fun. Don't keep it too serious. People don't go on to these mediums, don't go onto Instagram or YouTube or Facebook or anything like that to be let down. They don't go on there to be sad. They do it on their break. They do it on their free time, on the go, at home. They do it so that they can disconnect from the world in a sense. And not only that, also feel like they can get information, just like sitting down and reading a book or reading an article. So keep it light, keep it fun, make sure it's interesting, things like that. Again, consent from the individual. Make sure that you get approval from the individual that is doing it. As well as, see what other businesses are doing. You want to see, what your competition is doing. It doesn't mean that you're copying them. You're just kind of seeing what the trend is out there and what people are doing, okay? Another medium is Vine. Vine actually came out a little bit before Instagram video, and Vine is a little bit shorter. It's about 6 seconds. Vine actually, I believe, came out from Twitter, and basically what it is it allows your smartphone to have 6-second video. Once the video is shared on Twitter, you can share it to other social networks, and 6 seconds might seem like a short amount of time, but the video has the ability to convey much more information than words. Again, any video has the ability to convey a lot more than words do, as well as more than just an image itself. And again, if you want to share, it's almost kind of the same exact best practices as Instagram. Make sure that you don't show any private information. Make sure that you, get behind-the-scenes footage type of thing, but make sure you have the individual's approval. And again, just make it interesting. It is a little bit short. It's about a little less than half the amount of time you can get with Instagram video, but Vine is something that a lot of people are actually on. And again, the same thing with Facebook, Twitter, any social media site out there. It's not necessarily your personal preference. Well, it is your personal preference, but it's not necessarily what you think you like to be on. It's more so what everyone else is on. You want to go to where all your clients are. You want to go to where all the prospective clients are. That's why Facebook is so popular. They've got over 1 billion people on there. If anything has over 1 billion, it's got to be liked. I mean, that's at least a 6th to 7th of the world's population is liking a certain platform. There has to be something about it that works. So it's that type of mentality that you have to kind of remember, that if a lot of people are on Vine, a lot of people are on Instagram and Instagram video, it's probably the best place to start really kind of marketing your practice. And remember, the best part of it all is that it's all free. Vine doesn't cost anything. Twitter doesn't cost anything. Facebook, all these social media sites don't cost anything. Only thing it does cost is a little bit of time management, but it is good investment because in the long run, it definitely does help you out. Okay, so what I want to do is I have a little extra time. I want to kind of go over some questions, that you guys actually have. Again, if you do have anything outside of the scope of this webinar, if you do have some questions about anything related to the services that we provide, definitely give us a call. There's a number there, 1-800-iMatrix. We will give you a free consultation to kind of let you know about any of the social media, how to incorporate all this stuff, video especially. We do have a special this month for 60% off our video setup. Again, just give us a call. We'll definitely help you out. Now, as far as some questions go, some people are asking some of the familiar questions with, what do I use to shoot the video? Is an iPhone okay? Is a smartphone okay? That's actually definitely a good question, because nowadays a lot of smartphones do have HD video. If you have an older phone that has what they call a VGA camera, it's not really that great a quality. I would probably kind of put that aside for a second. That might be a last resort. I mean, I think having any type of video is better than not having video at all. But putting that aside, if you can find someone that maybe has an iPhone, which I think almost all iPhones, even the oldest iPhones, have HD video, at least 720 video. I could be wrong, but any smartphone nowadays, or at least within the last even 5 or 6 years, has some sort of HD video on it that you can actually shoot from the phone. And that's not a problem at all. I'd say about 70%, if not a little bit more, of the videos that I see on YouTube or on websites that are video testimonials tend to be with an iPhone. iPhone is still one of the top smartphones out there, and a lot of people are familiar with it. So when they see that a video is coming from iPhone, they don't really question, oh, no, this is a smartphone. Oh, they didn't even want to get a high-quality, camera. They don't even think that, because they already relate to you because they have an iPhone, and it's just in their mind that way. If you don't have anything like that, I would say the first preference would be try to get like a video camera. I'm not going to say go and buy a whole production set and spend all your money just for that. If you happen to have one, a lot of times even the handheld handy cams tend to have a recording option available. It doesn't have to be 100%, Steven Spielberg kind of production thing. It just needs to be a video that people can see, they can watch, and they can understand. So having it on a smartphone definitely does help. And again, if you don't have anything as far as HD video and you have absolutely no access to any other video at all, but you do have, an older video phone or maybe video camera or whatnot, honestly, that's better than nothing. That's actually a lot better than not having any video at all. Again, if you can get video, that's the best step that you can take, regardless of the quality right now. But again, try to get the best quality that you can get. All right, so let's see a couple more. So just so everyone knows, I know some people are curious if we will have this recorded. Yes, we will have this recorded. We will upload it to YouTube. I would hate to have a video webinar not available in video. We will be sending out emails to any attendees, possibly anyone that did miss the webinar or had to leave a little bit early, which I know a couple people left their contact information. They did have to leave a little bit early, which is fine. But yeah, we will be sending an email out for the recorded version of the webinar, so feel free if you are busy. I know a lot of people have businesses to run, and there's no problem with that. I do thank you again for attending, but we will send out an email out for the recorded version of it. So a lot of people are asking as far as the release form, what do we need to have? What do you need to have as far as a release form? What do you need to have on there, to make sure that it's legitimate? You can actually probably find a lot of release forms online. If you have, like a HIPAA release form or anything like that, I believe we might actually have a release form on our as a template on our sites. But what we can do is I can look into that. And I know that, as far as a release form, you just want to make sure that it shows and that it states the fact that they do consent to using their first name or whatnot and using them in the video itself for the testimonial. They usually don't have any problem. I don't think it's a turnoff. Some people are asking that as well. Do you think it might turn people off to wanting to leave a video testimonial? Again, remember, video testimonials and a testimonial in general isn't something to push people off. It's not something to deter anybody. You're not forcing anything on anyone. I really hate saying this, but it's something I learned a long time ago, where when I used to actually be in sales, they used to always say, "Don't let McDonald's outsell you." And by what that meant, I had no clue what that meant. But at the time, they said every time you would go to McDonald's, what's the one thing they always ask you at the end? Would you like fries with that? What's the worst thing you can say? No. And I would never get mad at anyone for asking that. Even if you go anywhere else and someone asks you, hey, would you like this with that? They're honestly being genuine, and they're just asking, would you like it? Now, if they try to definitely sell it to you and say, hey, you need to fill out this form, you have to leave me a testimonial, that's obviously wrong. That's not the right way to do it. If they're going to leave a testimonial and they say yes, they're more than, again, 85, 90% positive, I'm sure they're going to probably just sign the release form. And if anything, it makes them feel a little bit more comfortable because they feel like they're actually being a little more secure by doing it. They feel like you're not going to abuse their video testimonial. They're not going to abuse their identity for their practice kind of thing. It's actually a good thing. So remember, release forms are a good thing. They're not a bad thing. And it's probably going to actually help encourage them to want to leave a video testimonial even more. Okay, so this is actually a really good question. I really want to kind of get on this one. So people are asking about the YouTube tags. In YouTube, do the tags you have have any bearing? Do the tags you use have any bearing? I've heard that tags are not really used anymore. That is true. YouTube doesn't necessarily have the tags, as you notice in a lot of the descriptions. You can't see the tags there, so it's not like you can click on it and it takes you to related videos or whatnot. You still use the tags, though. That is relative in when you're actually putting tags when you're uploading the video. When you upload the video, it takes you to a screen that allows you to put the description, allows you to put different types of tags. If it's a chiropractor, you can put chiropractic, car accident injury, chiropractor in San Diego or whatnot. Those do relate to Google because Google owns YouTube and it relates to YouTube itself. So it doesn't necessarily show. They do work, but it doesn't necessarily. It's not something that is going to be greatly increasing the search volume, I guess you could say, although it does work towards it. It is a part of that algorithm when people are searching for videos. I would say it's more for Google and YouTube to kind of view and use to know exactly what your video pertains to with those tags. But yeah, that is true. It's not that they don't use them anymore, they just don't show them anymore, which is unfortunate. I actually wish they did, because it was a great way to have people click on what else is trending with those type of videos. Awesome question. Okay, so do you find an age difference between those who are okay with shooting a testimonial and those who offer resistance? Probably not. I would say, of course, the younger generation or whatnot. I mean, by younger generation, I'd say 20s, 30s, or whatnot, are probably going to be fine leaving the video. I mean, they understand, they know what's going on. Not that if you have like an elderly patient or whatnot, like my grandmother, for instance, she of course doesn't really know probably anything that I talk about when I talk about stuff here related to work and internet and marketing and video and things like that. She knows the television, and that's about it. And I completely understand her. I know she doesn't really need to kind of know some of that stuff, the details. She might be a little apprehensive, but I think if you explain to customers and clients and patients who might not understand why you need to take a video or why you're recording them, they probably don't see it being a video testimonial going on YouTube and Facebook and all those logistics. They probably just think, why are you recording me right now, kind of thing, or why do you need to record me? If you explain it to them, I think that's the best way to do it. Just explain the process. Don't just ask, hey, can I get a video testimonial from you? Don't assume everybody knows. I would say make sure that you just kind of have a short explanation for every single client, no matter what age difference. Whether they're 20, 30, 40, 50, or 60, it doesn't matter. I think just having some kind of short explanation of why you want to do this and just letting them know, it also adds to making them feel a little more comfortable with wanting to leave that video. So if you're not really too familiar with Instagram and Vine is another question. If you're not too familiar with Instagram and Vine, how do you let people know about them? You can post it on any of your social media sites, actually. So keep in mind, Twitter owns Vine. Instagram is owned by Facebook. They are their own separate mediums, but the good thing about it is if you have an Instagram or a Vine, it actually allows you to share to your social media sites. So that's one thing. Two, prior to even doing that, I would say make a post on your social media profiles, either Google Plus or Facebook or Twitter, stating, hey, we've just joined Vine or we just joined Instagram. Follow us here, and then give them your little name. So it's almost kind of like how Twitter has, the @ symbol with whatever your name of your practice or whatever the name of your profile is. It's the same thing as having facebook.com/your business name. Each medium, social media platform has its own profile, and all you have to do is just post it in there and just say, hey, join us on Instagram at, blah, blah, blah. And then that way you can start to try to increase people to follow you. And I'm sure people will start to follow you. And a lot of times, more than less, a lot of people are already on those platforms, and they'll probably follow you. So if they're not really too familiar with it themselves, maybe you're going to be the way to introduce them to it. Maybe that's a great way to kind of introduce some new people to those platforms, and then it just kind of grows like wildfire. I know my aunt recently, last week actually, I noticed that she started Instagram, and I didn't really even think that she knew anything about the internet, and that's actually really exciting because now I can kind of converse with her through Instagram, and she's having a great time with it. She's looking at all the different companies that are on Instagram, all the different images and videos and things like that, and it's really exciting for people that don't know those platforms. They can really get excited about it, and when they get excited about those platforms because of you, they're actually a lot more, they tend to actually share it with a lot of other people as well. And so just remember, if people aren't familiar with it, just promote, promote, promote. That's the best thing I can say you can take away from this webinar is always promote, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't shove it down people's throat, but promote on social media and promote in your practice. And if you have any kind of signage, you can also put your icons or, hey, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Same thing, same way that you do with your regular social media. All right, I got another great question. Any tips for getting more likes on social sites? We're running a back-to-school drive. Any tips on how to get it out there? That's an awesome question. Social media is the best way to do it. I would say, just promote the fact that, the date and the time. I would say do it a little ahead of time. I would say, if you have something happening this weekend, it's not too late, of course. I wouldn't do it on a Friday for a Saturday type of event. I would probably do it at least a couple weeks. If you can do it a month in advance and then just continually every week post, hey, don't forget, we're having this event going on, or we're having this special offer for back to school going on, between the weekend of this date to that date, or only on this day. I would say promote it that way. Now, there's a couple ways you can actually get more likes, and I know we have a couple other webinars that talk about social media, but definitely if you want to increase your likes, there's a couple things you can do. One, share it with your friends and family. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's your business, and you definitely want your friends and family to know about your business. You want to go ahead and share it and let them share it with other people. There is no law of social media stating the fact that the only people that can like your social page or your Facebook page have to be clients, and they have to be paying clients. There's nothing like that at all. Now, you don't want to go and pay for likes. I know there's some things out there and some services out there where you pay for likes. That's not the way to do it at all. You can totally tell if a business goes from 30 likes to having 3,000 likes in a matter of a week. Something happened there, and people will notice that. I'll just let you know. So don't do that way. Best thing to do is share with your friends and family by word of mouth or via email, or even just, whatever way you want to do it. People that come into your office, friends and family first, that's always the easiest way. Two, of course, your current clients. Now, by word of mouth in the office, having some kind of signage, hey, like us on Facebook, to hear about new offers, hear about specials, things like that. Definitely people are going to want to do that. I mean, that's why Groupon is always popular. That's why Yelp is always popular, those kind of sites, because people just want to know what kind of deals are going on. If they can get that, word of mouth firsthand from their Facebook page through you guys, that's always a good reason for them to like your page. Three, there is an option on Facebook that allows you to actually send out to email contacts. You can upload email contacts. If you have a bunch of contacts in your office and you actually have a whole contact list, usually in a CSV format, which is an Excel format, it allows you to upload that contact list, and you could have 1,000 contacts that are actually patients of yours, but you don't have a way to actually let them know you have a Facebook page. It allows you to do that, and what it does is it creates a nice little email that it will send out to them from Facebook, and it has a little picture of your profile, maybe a picture of your logo or your banner, and it even gives you a little blurb. I mean, it almost does everything for you. All you have to do is really click a couple buttons, and it says, please join us on Facebook or like our page on Facebook, and I guarantee you're going to see your likes jump. I've actually seen clients do that, and even in a matter of a week, they've gotten at least 50 likes just in a week. I mean, and that's actually pretty good. So if you have a few hundred likes on your page already, that's still a really good spot. It's a really good step. Try to get, I always say, have no less than 100 likes or 150 likes, but always try to get your goal to at least be 1,000 if you can. That's a lot of likes. I mean, guaranteed that's a lot of likes. It's a big goal to jump to, but you always have to kind of overshoot yourself to make sure that you really kind of try to meet that goal. You really don't want to just settle for 100 likes, because I guarantee you probably have a couple thousand clients. So so for emailing likes and requests and stuff like that, it's actually just on Facebook. There is no program or anything like that. I know a lot of people might think it's an extra program you have to buy. No, it's actually on Facebook. There's a little option when you go on your actual Facebook page. There's a little kind of like a cog, a wheel, gear, I guess you can say, towards the right of your profile banner or whatnot. You should be able to click on that, and then there's an option there. Again, we can have one of our support reps help you out with that. That's one of the big things that we're trying to do right now with our clients currently is help to increase likes. It does help your business out in the long run. So give us a call, 1-800-iMatrix. You can reach our support staff. They'll actually step you through the process and help you go through that. Okay. Now, Yelp and whatnot, those are very popular. I would say, Yelp is a little different. It depends on the city. I've had other people from the East Coast say that Yelp's really big. People on the West Coast say that Yelp isn't as big. Sometimes I know I've used Yelp here and there, but it's a little different from social media. It's not necessarily a social media site. I would say that it's more like a review site, and something that you can leave reviews on, not necessarily something that people check on the daily like Facebook and Twitter or whatnot. All right, so again, I want to thank you guys for attending our webinar. If you do have any questions, feel free to give us a call, 1-800-iMatrix. Again, I am recording this webinar. I'm going to go ahead and we will send an email out, I believe tomorrow, to all that have attended and all those who possibly haven't attended. Again, if you do want to look into maybe getting some of these services managed for you, we do offer a whole variety of these services. Give us a call. We do have a special for this month to get 60% off our video setup, and we will definitely help you guys out with that, as well as helping to get your social media set up and managed for you if you don't have the time. So give us a call, 1-800-iMatrix. Again, I want to thank you for attending and hope you guys all have a wonderful day.